Hey guys, Dr. Nathan Thompson here, author of Transformation 28 and creator of the T28 Challenge with your 5-minute food for thought. I've had a lot of people in the last couple of days ask me this question. They say, Dr. Nate, how do I overcome my sugar addiction? So how do you know if you have a sugar addiction or not? If you crave pasta, rice, bread, chips, sweets, you're constantly craving things, or you need to consume those several times a day in order to keep your energy up, then you have a sugar or a carbohydrate addiction. So how do you overcome a sugar addiction? Now I'm going to tell you that it is not easy, but it is entirely possible. We've helped through our T28 Challenge thousands of people overcome a carbohydrate addiction. So I want to go over with you real quick the best way to overcome a carbohydrate addiction. So number one is this. The best way to do it is to do it cold turkey. This is not something that you just dabble in, or it's about portion control or about lowering, the amount of sugar that you're consuming every single day. The best way to quit alcohol, the best way to quit smoking is to go cold turkey and not just do it in quote unquote moderation. This is actually not only a physiological problem, this is a psychological issue, a psychological addiction too. So the best way to do it is to actually do it cold turkey. Now what I mean by cold turkey is that you're not consuming any carbohydrates whatsoever that have a glycemic index of 50 and above. So if you're unfamiliar with the glycemic index, just Google it, and every single food has a glycemic index attached to it. So you want to only be consuming the carbohydrates with a glycemic index of 50 and under, which pretty much is going to be vegetables only, and it's going to eliminate most fruit. So you have to do it cold turkey. So number two, while you are doing this cold turkey, what's important is that you keep your fats up, particularly medium chain triglycerides, or MCT. So this can be in the form of consuming 2 to 3 to 4 tablespoons every single day of either virgin coconut oil or MCT oil, liquid MCT oil. And the great thing about this is this helps you while you're transitioning from sugar burning into fat burning to try to keep your energy levels up. So you want to increase your healthy fats, particularly medium chain triglycerides. Now, the third thing is you will not die. So you will not die. Now, typically what happens in the first 1 day to 2 days, you're feeling pretty good. And the reason why is because your body can store anywhere from about 500 to 600 grams of carbohydrates. And you store it in the muscle and you store it in the liver in the form of glycogen. So what happens when you go cold turkey is that your body is actually starting to burn some of that glycogen. And as it's burning the glycogen or the sugar, your energy levels are staying pretty consistent. This is also why when you quit sugar cold turkey, while you'll shed 5 to 7, sometimes 10 pounds of water weight, because with that glycogen in your liver and in your muscles comes a lot of excess water. So when you get to about 2 days, you're going to run out of that glycogen and you're going to force your body to go into fat burning mode. Chances are you're not efficient at doing that, so you're going to see your energy go way down, and you're going to start to suffer from the symptoms of what's known as hypoglycemia. This means that you're going to have headache, fatigue, it may interfere with your sleep, you may have feelings like you have the flu. You also will have feelings of things like anger, irritability, because all of these things affect so many systems inside of your body. Now trust me, you will not die. So you have to be patient and let your body's physiology start to transition over into fat burning mode. So number 4, how long this takes, where you may not feel very well, is some people it only takes a few days, but on average I've seen that most people is going to be anywhere from 7 days all the way up to 14 days. So this may be 7 to 14 days of not feeling very good. You have to stick with it. That's the biggest thing, is once you stick with it, you're going to and get that transition point where you're starting to burn fat as fuel instead of just sugar. You are going to wish that you did this a long time ago, trust me. Now the last thing is, this is the most important thing, is how do you do this? Well, while you're going through this transition, you need a big why. This isn't, I'm doing this because I want to look better, I want to get toned, I want to be skinnier, I want to fit better in my clothes, I'm coming up with a wedding in a couple of weeks and I want to lose some weight and shed some pounds. If that is your big why, it'll never happen because it'll be too difficult. But how you make it easy is you have a big why. I'm doing this for my kids. I'm doing this because I've seen my parents suffer many, many health issues that's being caused by sugar and is being caused by addicted to being sugar. You have to have a bigger why than just about me and just about yourself. You have to have a big why attached behind it. And for those 7 to 14 days, if you can have a big why behind it and you can stick through, then it's after that 7 days, it's not about grinding it out anymore because your addiction will actually be gone and you won't have those cravings. So most people, where they stop is they stop at day 3 to 4, and if they just realize that you had just a couple of more days to have a big why and to stick to it, then after that it would have become so much easier. So, I hope you found this enjoyable. This is how you overcome a sugar addiction. Now, I'm going to talk to you more about this at the T28 Challenge coming up on September 9th. We are now actually accepting applications for our interviews. So I'm going to have the link below so that you can go ahead and register for your interview. And at that interview, we're going to go over the details of the T28 Challenge. We're going to go over all your questions that you might have, go over your goals in order to see if we're a good fit for you and you're a good fit for our program. So I'll have the link below to go ahead and schedule for that, and interviews will actually be starting next week and the week after, leading up to the T28 Challenge kicking off on September 9th. So we'll see you soon. This is your 5-minute food for thought. Make sure that you like, most importantly, make sure that you share with others who need to do the same. Be well.